From popside.com, robot bunnies deployed to fight off Florida pythons. From prehistoric to present, my name is Ethan. This is Creature Guide Live Daily News. You can catch new episodes throughout the day at Creature Guide Live on Rumble and YouTube. And remember to like, comment, and if you love talking about animals, share this show with everyone you know. Don't forget to catch our animal documentary commentary live stream at Saturdays at 6 p.m. Central on Rumble. Now, let's get into the animal news of the day. Let's see how this is going on with the pythons. So here we have a little marsh rabbit. Bunny actually refers to a younger rabbit or even hare. There's about 13 different species of rabbit, hare, or technically lagomorph throughout the United States. It's also including the two pika species. Marsh rabbits are pretty small. They don't usually reach much more than 4 pounds. Um, Florida has around two native species of rabbit, also including the eastern cottontail rabbit, which is around the same size. They can reach around 5 pounds, but they have larger ears and a much more rounder shaped head compared to the marsh rabbit. And yes, it does inhabit the marshes of Florida, and they're very good swimmers. Burmese pythons, one of the world's largest snakes, are one of the most problematic invasive species in South Florida. First spotted in the Florida Everglades in the 1970s. And for those of you that don't know, the Everglades National Park, which is also a major ecosystem within southern Florida, is surrounded by several other protected areas, including the Big Cypress National Preserve. There's many others in the region, but the Everglades National Park alone is over 1.5 million acres in size. Snakes were introduced either accidentally or intentionally through the exotic pet trade. Since then, pythons have become top predators in the local food ecosystem. It's not just Burmese pythons that are a big problem within Florida. Even invasive species of lizard endemic to different parts of Asia, Australia, as well as iguanas that have become um, overabundant within Florida. Since then, pythons have become top predators in the local food ecosystem. Despite the fact that they now exist throughout much of South Florida, they remain difficult to track down. That means researchers and conservationists need to find creative ways to lure them out into the open. And by creative, we mean really creative. And University of Florida researchers clearly understood the assignment. Yeah, so real quick, here's one of the instances of pythons being one of the top predators within Florida. Now, they're having a smaller impact on animals like alligators and American crocodiles because alligators and American crocodiles will also prey on Burmese pythons. And usually the full-grown pythons are just no match against the crocodiles or the alligators. Whereas a youngster like something like a 6 footer could fall victim to a large 18-foot Burmese python. As reported by the Palm Beach Post, researchers led by University of Florida professor of wildlife ecology and conservation Robert McCleary have released 40 solar powered remote controlled robot bunnies in South Florida this month. The researchers replaced the plush toy stuffing with motors and heaters to imitate the motions and body temperatures of one of Python's favorite snacks, marsh rabbits. Sheesh. Um, okay, so that's freaky. It's a freaky bunny. Okay, I thought this was an explosion for a second. I guess this is supposed to be the heat censoring. Robot bunnies hope to lure the Burmese pythons out of hiding. So, Burmese pythons, they. Oh, okay. Well, here's actually a better picture of the rabbit robots. Now, here's the thing. This rabbit looks like one of those serial killer rabbits you see in those 70s cartoons. So, I guess in this case, we hope that it does the same thing. Um, let's see. So yes, we have. Unfortunately, when it comes to the amount of pythons alone, just in the Everglades, there could be as many as 100,000 of these snakes. That's not including the eggs that they're laying. So, like a Burmese python can easily lay more than 20 eggs in one sitting. So, even animals such as the Florida panther or the South Florida cougar have very little impact on these animals. And yes, Florida panthers will hunt Burmese pythons, but they also have to be careful and avoid being constricted or squeezed to death themselves. There's about 250 to 300 Florida panthers within Florida. There have been different sightings throughout the central part of the state, but they're quite rare over in the panhandle, most of them within South Florida. We want to capture all of the processes that an actual rabbit would give off. McCleary explained. Previous research had demonstrated that live penned rabbits successfully attract pythons, but this approach requires too much manpower to care for the animals at scale. Um, s- Oh, okay. So they want them to come over, but what exactly is the bunny supposed to do? I mean, I think you should just hire an army of these guys and, it should help with that. So, cute robot bunnies, they don't need to be fed, their pens don't need to be cleaned, they're waterproof, and they're decked out with the motion sensor camera that pings researchers if a python approaches. Oh, okay. So I'm guessing researchers are just going to be waiting nearby and. Hmm. I don't think this is going to be very effective. It's just 40 bunnies. If we can see a statistically significant number of pythons that are coming to investigate these robotic rabbits and the pens, that would be a success. Because right now, pythons do a great job of staying hidden. Yeah, pythons will essentially rob the dens of animals like armadillos and make use of their home. Let's see. It remains to be seen whether the pythons will be fooled. If they're not, the researchers have another trick in their back pocket. According to the Palm Beach Post, perfuming the robots with rabbit scent. Yes, pythons do have quite an interesting sense of smell. So that's it with that. Yeah, the thing is that um, yeah, it is quite unfortunate that we're only getting about 2 to 3,000 pythons a year. I still don't know how these 40 robot bunnies are going to have an impact or major impact on, all these pythons. I think the problem is, when it comes to hunting, it's also pushed in the media that hunting is bad. And when it comes to even invasive species, it's insane like how many outlets, or just people in general, even though these are invasive species, wiping out the native mammal populations within the region, especially like even animals such as whitetails. I mean, sure, maybe something like a full grown, 250-pound buck or male whitetail with a good set of antlers might be able to gore a python, but there's only so much the deer can do. And outside of a certain part of the year, he's practically defenseless out of possibly stomping its head to death if it can get a direct hit. So yes, pythons will prey on the deer. Panthers do seem to be a bit less of a prey target. Now, I think this is an older photo, like possibly from somewhere around 2020 or 2021, but their population has been slightly increasing. Florida panthers have been having a bit of a problem with a disease that's been hitting their population. I'm not sure if it's due to whether or not it's because they don't have a lot of genetic variety, therefore they have much weaker immune systems, or it's just something that negatively affects the cougar in general. But I looked at that. Oh, yeah, this looks like an alligator that's part of the special forces alligator unit over in Florida, and he's preparing to fight off the pythons. So, um, I hope that these rabbits will have some value, but at the same time, um, I mean, yeah, I mean, granted, you could say they're only starting with 40, and I would think that it wasn't that big of a budget to create these things. But guess we'll see where this goes. Let me know what your thoughts are on, or what's your favorite animal within Florida. At least when it comes to mammals, there are around 116 different species of native mammals to the region. Or even what's your favorite exotic animal over in Florida, considering it's not just different species of reptiles that become overabundant. You have a variety of different species of amphibian, even animals such as the cane toad have become invasive within Florida, which have a toxic um, solution that occurs from their skin and can be fatal to alligators when ingested. We also have a variety of different species of invasive mammal as well. Fish. There's a variety of exotic fish within Florida's waters. Does make it attractive for many that are into different species of exotic fish that are not native to North America. The problem is it presents a problem for native fish species because they can be outcompeted when it comes to food, or in some cases, too many hybrids. There is a variety of problems. But from prehistoric to present, my name is Ethan. This is Creature Guy Live Daily News. Remember to like, comment, and if you love talking about animals, share this show with everyone you know. You can catch new episodes throughout the day at Creature Guy Live on Rumble and YouTube. And don't forget to catch our animal documentary commentary live stream at 6 p.m. Central on Saturdays on Rumble, because nothing is better than all animals all the time.